Hello everyone, welcome back. Pop quiz time. Is it better to watch a scary movie at night or during the day? And if you said at night, you are 100% correct. So why would I want to review my scary movie during the day when I could do it immediately after, right at night? Keep watching to see what I think of Fear Street Part 2, 1978. We're going to start this review off with a quote directly from the movie. Now, in one scene, there was a police officer, and he looked dead in the camera and said, "Sane people don't chop up their friends." Now, I think that sums up this movie pretty well. So last Friday, we left off with one of our main characters who was possessed by a witch trying to kill her friends, clearly not sane. And 1978 picks up right where that last movie left off. They are looking for a survivor from that first massacre to figure out how they're going to save their friends. Because remember, sane friends don't chop people up. Our gang finds this character, we're going to call her Izzy, from the first massacre who survived. And when they find her, she says, "You know what, guys? I think it's time to have story time." So she takes us all the way back to 1978, where we go to a camp setting. Reminds me a lot of Jason's Friday the 13th. Everyone's excited. They're doing arts and crafts. You see people doing some archery. And of course, you see some shenanigans, if you know what I mean. And then there is plenty of cannabis use that clearly this movie was set before someone passed the DARE program. Like any good summer camp horror movie, there's always that one kind of shady character that knows what's going to happen in the movie, does some very obvious foreshadowing. This time it was the nurse. She met up with one of our new main characters, looked at him and said, you're going to do something bad.
You're going to die tonight.
And her daughter had actually killed multiple people, so she knew what she was talking about. And she knew all about this secret list that we heard about in the first movie. We're going to learn a lot more about that in this one. If your name's on the list, you're going to be the next serial killer. If your favorite part about the last movie was the guy swinging an axe, good news, this is actually his origin story. One connection I made right off the bat in this movie is the camp is the center of where all this witch's power is, where the hanging was. I think we're going to learn about in the next movie, next Friday. Also is where the center of the mall is, where the first movie kicks off. Now we're seeing some connections. The heart of this story is really a tale of two estranged sisters who, one, you've got the girl, she's trying to be the preppy, wears the collared shirt. And the other, the misfit, the outcast, the one that listens to punk rock music. I know we've kind of heard this story before, but their connection of trying to, one's going to be themselves, and the other one is just trying to fit in with the new side. Sunnyvale, this is the town that nothing bad ever happens. And you got Shadyville, where everything bad happens, as we learned in the first movie.
Bad things always happen to Shadysiders.
In addition to the classic crazy character who foreshadows the whole movie right in the beginning, you've got the carefree kids, the ones that are just there to have a good time. And you, right off the bat, you're like, oh, something's going to happen to those guys. I'm fairly certain. Those carefree guys or girls usually go first in horror movies. I actually liked this movie a whole lot more than the first one. I thought the emotional connection you make right off the bat with the sisters makes for a better story. You really want these characters to succeed. It tells, all the backstory of the witch that kind of is left out a little bit in the first one. Looking ahead to the third one, I think that's going to tell the complete backstory of the witch. It also is for just under 2 hours. The pace was pretty quick. You never really a dull moment, no filler moments with the camp, which they could have done. You had that nostalgic, classic camp feel. You got the kids playing tricks on each other. And of course, someone always dies in the bathroom. Why is that every horror movie? Someone has to die in the bathroom. What a terrible way to go. The soundtrack was one of the strengths of the first one. Is a little different. It's 70s music. So depending on your musical tastes, you might prefer the first one. You might prefer the second one. I happen to enjoy both. So I thought the soundtrack was pretty fun. just a warning. I warned you last time. It's not a kid's movie. It's probably tame. Some of the violence is a little more implied. I mean, there's certainly some axes breaking heads. There's a lot of blood. But, you know, sometimes you see the axe coming. You see the person like, and then all of a sudden, they're off screen and you hear the whack, whack, whack. This one we're going to rate an A-. And we're going to get the Gamut Pop approval. I think you're going to really enjoy this one, even if you didn't like the second one. The first one I said kind of made you feel like it's more of a teen movie. And yes, this one is also starring teens. I thought it was more the classic camp story from when I used to watch scary movies a long time ago. So I enjoyed it a little bit more than the other one. And I think it really sets up the third one, which I can't wait, next Friday. If you like this late night review, maybe we'll do it again. This is my makeshift studio for tonight. You can see 1978 in the background. My normal studio is also our bedroom. My wife is sleeping, so I had to improvise. Hey, thanks for staying up and watching my late night review. If you found this video entertaining and you thought to yourself at any point, this guy needs to be shared with more people because he's a gift that keeps on giving, and everyone needs to enjoy this. Please consider sharing this on your favorite social media site. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. I would love a thumbs up or a thumbs down. A comment would be great. Let me know what you think. If you cannot wait for the next video, hit that notification button so that pops up right as soon as I post something. Because you know what happens when you watch my videos, you're going to find something entertaining.